Hey everyone, my name is Jessie Lovell, and my topic for the research review surrounds rethinking technology design for senior citizens as it pertains to social isolation, loneliness, and the impact of aging as a social construct. We see technology changing every day, and for most of us, we have kind of an inherent understanding of the changing landscape because it's something that we've grown up with. Interacting with technology is kind of so ingrained in our lives that we don't even, think before we grab our phones to communicate with our friends and family. So during the pandemic, I noticed, that I was spending just more time on my phone, and it kind of got me thinking about how having access and just a basic understanding of technology differs from generation to generation. So more specifically, I guess for the context of this paper, I was interested in understanding how design is approached for the elderly community. And there were two themes specifically that emerged through my research. So the first few studies that I read started out kind of the same. They began by discussing the negative aspects of aging that increase the likelihood of social isolation and loneliness. They often referenced all of the ailments associated with aging and kind of overall portrayed older generations as being weak and less capable. And as a result, the prototypes that were developed and evaluated were designed for the limitations rather than truly understanding, these older people's wants and needs. So for example, one study conducted at a senior living center allowed residents to interact by sharing what they were currently watching on TV by clicking a button on kind of a simplified remote control. So while these types of designs do stimulate interaction, they take kind of a reactive approach to aging. As I read more and more studies, the concept of ageism and its presence in design became a lot more evident. So to kind of divulge a bit further, multiple researchers discussed the implications of designing for the aging population based solely on their limitations. So ageism in design suggests that once people hit a certain age bracket, in this case, typically at 65 plus, we kind of marginalize them as society. So suddenly their opinions are less meaningful and they are left out of surveys for emerging technology, which largely contributes to the generational technology gap that we're seeing today. So they found that adoption rates among seniors is much lower when the design calls attention to the limitations that they face, which we're seeing with remote controls where buttons are simply removed to make the use of it easier for older people. So on the flip side, there was a study that discussed kind of the ways in which virtual reality can be used to make mundane activities like walking more fun and also safer for older people. And this just kind of stuck out to me as a vastly different approach to design and accessibility for older people. So there are a lot of applications for VR, and I think it's really important that it was used to bring old habits back into older people's lives. So I think there's a lot of exploration that still needs to be done in this space. I think VR provides a great example of how emerging technology can be used to kind of redefine aging as it relates to design and to kind of begin to shift our approach in designing for limitations. And that's it. Thank you.